Okay, this is a video commentary, track by track rundown of the first Kyshera album, Paradigm. This feels like forever ago that we did this, but it was actually less than 5 years ago. So I've got to cast my memory back. What I remember most about this album was the sheer unpleasantness of putting it together. I did it all in my house. In a spare room during, I think it was about December time, just before Christmas. Did the whole album in 3 weeks in terms of recording it, mixing it, editing it, mastering it, everything on a little PC, no budget at all. It was the cheapest album in history, I think. And I remember there was a leak in my roof. And there was literally snow falling through the roof, and every morning, every day at the end of the session, we had to like cover things over in like plastic bags and things like that to stop the snow from melting in our amplifiers and things. I remember Matt was doing a bass part with gloves on. We had like an electric heater blowing hot air onto his fingers as he was playing. It was absolutely freezing, and yeah, very physically unpleasant. That's probably why we got it done so fast, because we were just, dying to get it finished. So yeah, that's kind of how it came together, and you can hear the difference in the production value as well. Like when I listened back to it, I kicked myself thinking, I wish we'd spent longer on it and got the mix better and things. But yeah, we were kind of up against it. Really, we didn't have any budget. It was all done on a little PC, like I say, in my spare room. So very low budget album, but it's always gonna have a special place in my heart because it was our first album, and that's kind of where it all began. And there's some great tracks on there, I think, So yeah, we're going to play it from the top, and we're going to see what comes out. So here we go. It's the first song called If. Okay, this song was purposely intended to be the complete opposite of what bands usually do on their opening track on a record. Normally bands shove in their hit single, and start the album like that, and pile all their hit singles into the first 4 or 5 tracks, and then this filler from there on in. I tried to flip it on its head and put the most bizarre, going nowhere kind of track that we had and put it first. And one of the most popular songs on this album, Coalition, is actually last. So it's kind of fuck you from the outset, really, As you can see, it's on this one, it's just 2 chords all the way through, and the same one-line lyric all the way through. Who would you say first? Was asking a question, which it never answers, and kind of builds up and builds up and builds up from there. Kind of an arty track. Double track drums doesn't happen very often. There's 2 drum kits playing, one on each side. If you listen to it on headphones, there's a different drum kit in each ear. They do different drum fills and things. Always nice to see a harpsichord used on a rock album. And the climax you've all been waiting for. And where does it go? Straight back around again. Okay, moving on to track 2. This is Paradigm, title track of the record. Drop D tuning, crazy odd times everywhere. This song is kind of typical of what people kind of came to expect from Kyshera after this record and the next one. Lyrically, this is an interesting one. Kind of just about how systems support themselves. No conspiracy is needed. Class systems and social groups naturally will self-sustain and promote their ideals indirectly and unknowingly, just through the trickle-down cultural kind of impact that their class projects. It also compares the government to a gang. It says that the world is ruled by the strongest gang, which I still believe to be true.
Just see your rulers as a gang, nothing more. Pay your protection to talk smart and return token gestures that service.
So the police are basically the gangsters' foot soldiers. They're the heavies on the street who basically impose the will of their paymasters. And as long as the facade that they're there to serve us is maintained, we cooperate. But whenever there's a protest or whatever, whenever we're fighting against the government, so the police immediately always protect the establishment. That's their real role, not to protect us. And taxation is, of course, similar to extortion money, protection money. So there's been no repeats so far in the music. Loads of different sections, up to sections, changes. Basically a call to arms there, that if the world is run by the strongest gangs, which evidence suggests that it is, if you've got a pair of eyes, then that suggests that we learn by our oppressors' hand, learn by the tricks that they've used and how they've managed to succeed, and organize and become the strongest gang ourselves, considering we are the majority population of the planet. Shouldn't be too hard, right?
Selfish genes build a body, bodies build fraternities, and the maneuvers of entangled interest is how this world is run, no less.
Or odd time craziness. Yeah, I always feel like no conspiracy is necessarily needed, even if there is a conspiracy, which I think there is a lot of the time. It's not even needed because the outcome is the same just through the the structure that's in place, even if the participants within that are aware of it or not, it doesn't make any difference. The outcome will be the same. Oosh. Next one, Will and Pray, track 3. This was popular in Canada for a while. Got a good bit of radio play. Okay, so we're going a little bit more accessible on this track. This song is basically talking about if the values that are accepted in a corporation, an institution, were personified, we would think that person was a psychopath and they'd probably be in jail. So basically the person I'm talking about in this song, this crazy person who's a law unto their own, who's on the loose in your neighborhood, armed and dangerous, is actually a corporation. And how once that realization hits, we suddenly become willing prey. We don't mind. Okay, that line is obviously taken from something Stalin said about one murder is a crime, 1,000 murders is just a statistic or something. I can't remember what the quote was, but it was something Stalin said, and I basically twisted it to say that one crime and you're dangerous, but 1,000 and it's just business. Okay, moving on to track 4, Lust. Another fun one to play live. This is another one that was written really quick. As you can tell, it's like the same 4 chords all the way through. For some reason, the lyrics took ages to write on this. I have no idea why. Pages and pages of rewrites. Basically about this the superficiality of modern culture and advertising and our values that derive from that.
What can you find to your screen? Techno media reverie for distraction junkies. To play celebrity, to be a shamish, respectable, and reason not fair. With no time to think, as if you think you'll be left behind. Trust in the lust dealers. Choose your demise.
next verse we talk about the actual effect that it has on our ecology, the physical waste, the constant need for growth and consumption and greed creates.
And disposability keeps substance and truth from killing the party. But as a plastic mandalas pile, ever useless, ever higher, this self-portrait is all we will leave behind.
So the reference to plastic mandalas, obviously with a mandala, it's, you know, a very spiritual thing. There's a lot of deep meaning to it, and you throw it away and you put it back into the elements that it came from. When our plastic mandalas pile high in a landfill, deteriorating as some kind of left behind, almost self-portrait of what we are as a culture. Some themes in this similar to the themes on Circle. Trust in the lust dealers. The lust dealer is that kind of weakness, that temptation that obviously advertisers press those buttons. Trust in the lust dealers and just give in and consume and be hedonistic. And that's what the system wants. Track 5, Element.
From the ashes it will rise.
This is another one like the first song, where it's basically the same chords all the way through, and it just keeps going round and round and round and building up. There's 4 chords in this, or 3 chords. I just counted 3. And it starts off very sparse, and then by the end of it, it builds up this big crescendo. But it's still the same premise to start out with, the same 3 chords. The point of this is to illustrate that regardless of how many adherents you've got, the truth is still the truth. It's that old adage from Gandhi. Even if you're a majority of one, the truth is still the truth. So I tried to represent that musically as well, starting off with this theme, this chord theme and this melody, very sparse, it's vocal and piano, and then section by section, more instruments come in as the truth grows and becomes stronger. And the thing that I'm talking about in the song is the truth. It has no feelings, has no needs, can bring an empire to its knees. It means that the truth is the truth. It doesn't have feelings. You can't kill it, you can't torture it, you can't make it disappear, you can't bribe it. It's an idea, it's the truth. It's not subject to human frailty. You can kill as many proponents of it as you want, but the truth is still the truth. Pretty proud of this line. The most powerful weapon only costs a question. Obviously, I'm just saying that by seeking the truth, by questioning, you'll eventually enlighten yourself. And the most powerful weapon is information and education and the truth. Okay, track 6, Fiction. This is Mental Ride. This bit is this riff is based upon a 20th century classical technique called serialism, and I thought it would be it's a very highbrow technique. I thought it would be ironic to do it as a kind of a high-speed rock and roll punk riff. We're past that bit already. It's like 250 BPM bonkersness. Again, lyrically, it's just about our shallow plastic kind of culture of celebrity and reality TV and fast food. Musically, there's not a single repeated section in the entire song. It just flies through like 2 minutes, whatever it is. If I say anything on this song, you're going to miss an entire section of it, so just so fast.
Our politics, our values, and our sense of self, it's all surface level marketing now. We live in a fiction, fiction. We live in a fiction, fiction.
Yeah, never destined to be number one, this one. Which is a shame.
Fiction, fiction. We live in a fiction, fiction. We live in a fiction, fiction. We live in a fiction, fiction.
There's a what's called a quintuplet there. 5 notes in the space of 1. Straight into the next song, which is called Kill the Messenger. This is about the media. It's a pretty bonkers track as well. Lots of musical juxtapositions in this, changes of tempo, abrupt changes of color and key. Yeah, the point I'm making there is that with regards to the media, the product that they sell is not the newspaper or whatever it might be, or the TV program or the radio station. The product is you. They make their money from advertising. So the more people that they have that read their paper, for example, the more advertising revenue they can claim from their clients, their customers. Their customers are the advertisers. The product is you. The more of you they've got reading it, the more product they've got. The stories that they write in the news don't necessarily have to be true. They just have to keep people reading. So they can enhance their advertising claims. True fact.
Of fear and hate of the monsters that they create. They give you glitter and they call it light, but the product that they sell is access to you.
Okay, it goes hell for leather now. Gotcha. Why not, huh? This song's fucking berserk to play live. I used to love it. I used to play it first and just look at the look on people's faces as they just stand there with their mouths open.
They can make you guilty. They can make you innocent. They can change history. 'Cause they write the present.
Obviously, that's a twist on a George Orwell line about who controls the past, controls the present, who controls the present, controls the past, or whatever it was.
The truth will come to those that seek it. Without TV, you are unreachable. I think it's time.
So by killing the messenger, as it says in the song, you're basically just turning your back on all forms of mainstream media, which I think is a healthy thing to do. You don't need to involve yourself in the mainstream media these days. Everything's online. You've got access to any form of information you want. So just ignore it, turn your TV off. I've never even owned a TV. Still don't. Okay, moment's silence. The song is about Remembrance Day. And a lot of people are conflicted over the lyrics in this song. Some people find it quite offensive. I don't see why, personally. What I'm basically saying is that if we want to truly respect and show our respects to our heroes and those that sacrificed their lives in the First and Second World War and any other, in order to defend our way of life or whatever it is that we're saying that they did, the best way to do that is to probably stop sending their grandkids off to suffer the same fate. So I'm all for Remembrance Day and a moment's silence and all that sort of stuff. Of course, pay your respects, but wouldn't it be better if we learned by those lessons and stopped the cycle of ridiculousness?
Have seen us now. Would they have turned their aims around instead? Paper flowers for sentiments as feeble anthems short as our memory. Coffins buried without broken promise that the lives they gave us were not in vain, 'cause never
I also think that even the First and Second World War, those wars that were called just wars, that had a noble cause, I don't actually agree with that either. I think that they could even have been avoided through diplomacy. Adolf Hitler, for example, was very well ingratiated into the British establishment until he started spreading his wings into the country next door. And then he was a threat to power, the existing power structure, so he had to be crushed. Nobody cared about what he was doing prior to that and what he believed in, as long as he didn't rock the boat. So all those 50 million people that then died as a result of that conflict didn't die to protect us from fascism. They died to protect the existing power structures. And those that are currently sent to Iraq and Afghanistan and Syria and wherever else are also sent to kill and to be killed and maimed and totally ignored and forgotten about and neglected when they come home after it. Not for any just cause, but as a tool of the establishment to keep the power structure as it is. And once you've served your purpose, you're done. So many veterans are homeless and they have no support structure because they've served their purpose, tossed aside. Is that how you treat heroes? And as long as you got your moment's silence once a year, all's cool, right? Okay, the servants. In this song, I'm using the analogy of the servant being the government. So if we had a house and we hired a servant to administer our interests within the house, and then suddenly you turn your back for 2 minutes and suddenly they're running the gaff, and you're under their control, and it's kind of like a role reversal. I kind of basically using that analogy basically of the relationship between government and citizenry.
What's really best for you? 'Cause we take care of everything while you're busy. If you give an inch away, then we will Now you all accuse me of lies and robbery, but we caught your brother. If you don't like the way I run this place today, then you can find another. Yeah, 'cause we will take care of everything while you're busy. If you give an inch away, then we will take. You brought me here, and you never checked. And sometimes, who's kind know what's really best.
Using the paternal language of government propaganda there within the household context.
Cause we take care of everything while you're busy. If you give an inch away, then we will take.
But basically, don't give an inch away, because they'll take the whole fucking lot before you know it. Gotta keep an eye on these pricks. Okay, now it gets weird. Now we're into a little orchestral thing that took me ages to put together. This song is called Frequency 1. Okay, the point of this little piece, purely a self-indulgent experiment on my part, was by using an orchestra, you can achieve layers and colors that you can't really achieve with a rock band, really. I mean, there's like something like 10 different notes in those chords. Huge chords, you couldn't play them on the guitar and it just wouldn't sound right. You need the differentiation and the tones of the instruments, and the orchestra kind of just lended itself perfectly to the purpose. I just wanted to see if what different colors I could create by using just chords, big block chords, no rhythm, no melody, no words, just chords. I think they're gorgeous. I think those chords are nice. Okay, now we're joining straight into frequency 2. Another instrumental piece It's just lots of different colors. Again, every section, every 16 bars or whatever it is, it's a different section, no repetition, and each one has its own feel. And it was really fun playing about with the different mood change you can create using key changes and things with this, you know. I don't know if anybody's recognized that melody there is from track 1, F, same chords. I think the words, who would you say first? Why not have an Arabic violin solo on your track? So I really love having the freedom to experiment with all these different instruments. Not many rock bands have got that freedom. You know, they have to stick to the same 4-instrument format. But you know, we got everything in the kitchen sink on this bad boy. Orchestra, piano, music boxes, choirs, all sorts of crazy stuff, effects and electronics. Fun. I'd love to play this live one day. It'd be amazing. Nice. Okay, this brings us to the end of the album. This song is called Coalition. So just like on Made in China, I like to end the album on a positive note with a message of hope and inspiration rather than just talking about the negative things like I spent most of the rest of the album talking about. I like to try and leave with a more uplifting, inspiring message that by organizing ourselves together, we can change the world. There's a video on YouTube as well where I play this acoustically outside the Houses of Parliament in London. That was fun. Surrounded by police and tourists who didn't know what the hell was going on. They blocked the whole road off. It was cool.
We're a leader of any kind. We must do it ourselves.
Beware a leader of any kind. Even if that leader starts out as your messiah, they very quickly turn into your worst enemy. You've got to do it yourselves, together. Don't follow leaders. I always think like, you know, Martin Luther King and Gandhi and all those people, obviously legends and total icons, but they didn't achieve what they achieved by themselves. They were more the spokespeople of it and the inspiring face of it. But they were massive movements made up of people whose names you're never going to know of, who were just as party to that change that they created as they were. You know, movements change things, individuals and leaders don't. Okay, musically quite straightforward this one. This is using the crazy tuning that I use on Shelf Life and Mannequins from the Made in China album.
We've got the system. We must.
It's Only a Choice is a theme that features quite a lot in my songs. It's on Made in China, and it's also on my solo album, The National Health Service. I think it's very simple, you know? It really is that simple. It's just a choice. As soon as we decide we want to do something, we can do it. It's possible. We just need to decide we're going to do it, and the rest is just detail, small print. We'll figure that out, you know?
We've got the numbers. Yeah, we've got the power. Yeah, we've got each other. It's only us.
So there you go. Kyshera album 1, Paradigm. That's it, start to finish. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was interesting and insightful for you. If you've got any questions or anything that I didn't cover, or any different ways that you interpreted things, or any of your thoughts, or anything you disagree on, or whatever, leave a comment and let us know. And yeah, cool. Like I say, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope all those weeks of chillblains, or whatever they're called, when you're fucking freezing basically and you've got snow everywhere, and your hands are so stiff you can't hold a mouse. I hope all that was worth it. So